Hi everybody, today I will share with you how I did my small mouse archer. First I will cast on the machine starting by the black needle, whoa. One in the front, one in the back, till I reach the yarn feeder. Then I will crank. I will need 55 rows for the body of my archer small mouse. So I crank till I reach 55 rows. 55 rows. Please take note in your notebook. I reached 55. Now it's time to cast off. To cast off, I open the yarn feeder, remove the yarn, and do a 360 like this to make sure all the stitches are detached from the machine. So I cut the yarn, and with the wool needle I will go and grab stitch by stitch with my needle. Just go between the two red teeth, and I continue like this. There. And then again, and continue. There. Grab not everyone, every stitch to prevent any drop stitch like this. When you arrive here, you could crank a little bit more to release the stitches. Those are still attached to the machine. There. So that's the 55 for the body. So I will stretch it and put that aside for now. There. Good stretch. Now it's time to cast on the ears. For the ears, we will need 2 ears. So I will start with gray. I will do 7 rows of gray and 3 rows of Coral Peach from Bernard Premium. So I will do the 7 rows with the gray, and then 3 rows with the Coral Peach from Bernard Premium. So I did the 7 rows. So I will remove it from the yarn feeder, bring the Coral Peach, put that in front of the black needle, attach those two together, 1 and 2 knots. There. Put it in the middle, and then I will crank for 3 rows. And a lot of time people ask, do you count the cast on? No. I don't. I count one after the first cast on is done. There. Do the 360 to remove all the stitches. When the needle black is up, it's time to cut and bring back the wool needle and grab stitch by stitch between the 2 little red teeth. There, almost lost this one. There, and continue. So you need 2 like this, because 2 ears. So 7 gray and 3 pink or Coral Peach like I use for the video. If you don't have the same kind of yarn, don't worry. A mouse could be any colors. Kids love them. It says plushy. There. Oops, can't see it. Bring back to me. Keep going. Crank a little bit to release the stitches. And voila! Put that aside. Stretch it first. And then do the same thing. So now it's time to do the paws. For the paws, I will need 4 times 10 rows. So 4 paws of 10 rows. That's the 4 times 10. So I will do cast on and then do 10 rows of gray. I will put the color name in the video description at the end, don't worry. So when you reach the 10 rows, you will be able to stop, open the yarn feeder, and do the cast off. Hold the yarn, do a 360 again, bring back your wool needle, time to cut the yarn. No need to keep too much, just enough. So grab every stitches between the two little red teeth. There. Take your time to prevent any drop stitch. There. Whoops, I'm not in the right position. Fix that. There, continue. Like this. So this little mouse, small mouse, will go with the big one I did like I think 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. But this one called Arthur. Archer. So I got my pieces, I got the body, I got the ears, and I have the 4 little paws. For the tail I will show you later on. So now it's time to close those two. So I just pull on it, make sure the stitch go inside, not all stuck. And with the wool needle I will go and do a knot here, like this. Grab it. Same thing here. There. Like this. Fold it inside like when we do a hat. And with the wool needle I will pinch in the middle of to reach the other middle, the other side. And attach those two tail of yarn together. So put the yarn in here. I like those needles, very easy to use. And do a double knot here. Like this. And then I will pull on it. That will be our body for small mouse Archer. So now I will count from the top and reach 13 rows. 13 rows. I divided there. 13 rows. I put that on the screen just in case you didn't hear. I try as much as I can to put all the numbers on the screen during videos. Sometimes I forget. Sorry. I do my best. There, grab one stitch, skip one. One stitch and skip one. One full stitch and skip one till I reach the starting point. There. Almost there. I will just do one knot for now because I have to do some stuffing, and if you go too tight already you can put your stuff in it. So for this stuffing, like I always said, just go a little bit at a time. My stuffing is very fluffy, so if I put too much, it doesn't look like a mouse, it will look like a ball. So just go a little bit like this, tiny little bit, and when I reach the size of head that I need, I will go and do a real knot, but not too tight. You don't want to be too tight. Look like this, it will be just fine. I will show you. See, you could still see the stuffing. So I cut the excess. Those are not my favorite scissors. I don't know where I put my favorite one, but I would have to check for that. So now to close that part of the tube, I will go grab one stitch, skip one, all the edge of it like this, and after that I will pull, and that will help me to close the tube. And this project is perfect for newbies. If you want to learn It's perfect for newbies, don't worry. And one machine only, the 22 needle machine. So if you have only one machine for now and you don't plan to buy another one, that's the one. 22 needle, you could do a lot with it. Just have to use your creativity. So it's time to stuff the rest of the body like this. Tuck, tuck, tuck. Tucking in. And push, push, push. There. There. All there. So now it's time to close this part. I will do one knot to secure it. Remove the excess of stuffing with some getting out. And voila! It's done. Play with this shape a little bit to put it the way you want it. And eye those tail of yarn inside the body. There. And pull, cut the excess. Terrible scissors. My husband said, "You use that to do your video?" I said, "Yes." Didn't find mine. So he did the work, he did the job, but not perfect way. I have to chip again, cut. Doesn't work like I was hoping for. So now it's time to put that here and eye those little tail of yarn. There. So the body is done. Now it's time for the ears. Make sure you do your safety check on your knot. Cut the excess. Usually I put my thumbs like this between the knot and I will cut after the thumbs. There. Give me the right distance to cut. So now it's time to close those little ears. Bring back my wool needle and I will go and get in some stitches and attach it like this. There. And I will do the same thing on the other side. There. And close it. There. Open it. Pull. And there's still a little hole in the pink part, so we'll go and do another knot to close it carefully and securely. So it's fixed now, so I go pick in the middle, join the gray tail of yarn, attach those two together. That will prevent the hairs to move. Will stay a nice circular shape. So now it's time to hide the pink color and put it there and cut the excess like this. There. Ta-da! Magic! I have the two done. So now I will take again my wool needle and bring my tail of yarn on the edge. Why? Because I was planning to sew it on the body soon, so it will be well prepared. I will do the same thing on both ears. So instead of having a tail of yarn in the middle, I will bring it to the edge, and I will be able to use that yarn to attach the ears. There. Now it's time to create the paws. So I will go and pull and close those two and Bring back my wool needle, push it away a little bit, and then go around the stitches and do a tight knot like this. So I do same thing on the other side. Pull after and do a knot like this. There. So I have my mattress stitch. So now it's time to put it here side by side, and then grab 2 bars or 2 stitch, but I go in the middle of the stitch, and when I grab it, it looked like 2 bars, so I call it 2 bars. But if you have another name, just put that in the comment. Could be interesting, because I always say 2 bar. Maybe I'm wrong all the way. I'm not sure. That's the thing, when you're making video in a language that is not the one you were taught when you were little. I'm French and I'm making English video, so sometimes I have some little question mark with my words. I'm not sure which one to use. So it's time to close it like this. There. And then I will go take it back forward. They're ready. So now it's time to attach the ears on the head. So for that I will go and grab 2 bars and 1 full stitch on the ears, and I will stay on the same column. So go continue like this. 2 bars. Oops, this flew a little bit, sorry for that. Sometimes I go too close to the camera, so it changes the focus, sorry for that. And then I continue there, and I will pull it to stretch it a little bit, not too much. There. And then time to continue. There. Grab 2 bars on the other side. In the back of the ears, grab the full stitch and continue on the same column. Oops. Don't want to go on the other columns, so your work will stay straight, not crook or all twisted. There. Time to pull a little bit, and I will always go and close on the bottom of the ears. That's my favorite way to close it, but if you prefer another way, it's up to you. It's your project at the end. May I only share how I did this one. So I pull, and then I will go hide it in the head and cut the excess with my strange scissors. Okay, time to attach the other ears. I will go grab 2 stitch, 2 bar, and it's my awkward side. We all have those sides that we are not comfortable. That's the one for me anyways. There. And with the camera, I always try to get the better view for the subscribers. So I do my best, but it's not always comfortable. There. So I continue like this. I really like his ears. He already look cute. I have a huge smile on my face making this one. So we continue on the back. I'll grab 2 bars and go back on the edge of the ears and continue. See? You see better for this angle, but for me it was very awkward. It's too bad. At least you see it better. Almost finished. The attach. Going down, pull a little bit, stretch. It's cute. And then I would go and do a double knot. push it with the finger and do another one just to secure. There. And push it there. And got it. Look like this. I'm sorry, I just noticed that I forgot to put the muzzle at the beginning for the numbers of rows. So I will say it when I arrive there, don't worry. I won't say it now because we're not there yet. So for this one paw, you will do the same thing. 2 paws like this, hiding the tail, and the 2 other one you don't need to hide the tail. So like I'll always say, I pass through the neck for when I do arms. Why? To make sure they are the same height both sides. Okay, so I grab the other little legs or paws or feet and go like this. So go and reach it back here. And you don't want to tighten it too tight because you don't want to change the shape of your mouse. Okay, so pull a little bit tight and go on the side like this. Grab again the other arms and bring it back in the middle or in the neck like this. Make sure it's secure. And then I will do a little knot there. And for the bottom feet, I will do a different trick. Actually, I will do the same thing that I did with the big mouse, the tall mouse, for the feet. My God, I have to try it again. The tail of yarn is not long enough. So I will create a little loop, hold it in my finger, getting through, and finally did the knot that I was trying to do. Now it's time to hide it. Yeah, the muzzle and the tail I will show you at the end. We are getting there, and if you're still here, can you put a smiley face or a heart in the comment? That will help me to know if you're still there. So that's the one with the long tail, and I will attach those 2 after secure this one. I forgot to secure this one there. I will remove the tail of yarn, got it, and stretch, and bring the other feet, and I will attach those 2 together. So that way the little mouse, the small mouse, will be able to stand. If you put it on a shelf, she will be able to stand up. So I will attach those 2 together to join it. There. And I will go not like a I, but I will try to do like a V. Like push it together. And grab one on each side like this. Try to do a little V or heart to keep it together. There. See, the V is there. And do a double knot like this. And then it's time to put it on the body. I always try to put it in the middle like this, and then I will attach it correctly, secure it there. There. So that's attached, and now it's time to secure it correctly. So I go like grab 2 bars on the feet and a full stitch on the body like this. I fold the feet so it will be more secure on the mouse. There. full stitch here, full stitch on the body. There. So if you're newbies, you will learn a lot with these little toys. Every video I have something a little bit different because I don't always do the same technique. I like to change. Sometimes I keep the same way, but sometimes I change. There. Like sometimes I use the one tube to do all the body, and sometimes I use two tubes for the head and the body. It's separate. But this one was one tube only. So I do the same thing. Grab one stitch feet and one stitch on the belly. There. Keep going. Grab it. Almost finished. It's a fun project to make. My little one loves it already. She like Archer. She chose a name. Archer, the small mouse. There. Time to attach it, and it's finished. There. So this is secure, and I will hide it. And for the eyes, I will show you the it's almost finished. So for the muzzle, I will do 3 rows, but this time I cast on like this, and then I did 1, 2, and 3. Actually it's 4. I said 3, but it's 4 if you count the, but it's okay, it will work. Don't worry, 3 or 4 is gonna be the same, don't worry. So it's time to cut it. Sorry. And grab all the stitches. I continue. There. Almost finished. Will be time to crank a little bit the machine to remove the remain stitch attached on it. Another one. There. It's very curly, very small, and we will do a little ball with it. So we'll pull the yarn this side. It's very small, and then I will go and do a knot. First I will go through the stitches to secure it, to make it tighter. This. There. And then pull on the other side. We'll create a little small ball. But it's not finished. You're not gonna leave it that way. It's too big for the mouse. So we will shape that a little bit after. There. Going through the stitches. Pull and tight. There. Push, push, push. And go and grab 2 bars on the side, 2 bars on the other side, like we did for the paws. I did the exact same technique. And it's small, but it worked. You could go every 1 bar. I did every 2 bars. And time to pull on it. There. Attach those 2 together, and time to attach your little muzzle on the mouse. There. and cut the excess. Click. There. I go in the middle. I don't measure anything. I know where's the middle. So we'll go and start sewing on the bottom. And I will go up. Not up, down. Mix up those two. Sorry. So I grab one full stitch and I go grab one bar. And then one full stitch. Don't go too far because you don't want to stretch your stitches. If you stretch it too much, it will go twisted. So, but you will practice. Those little toys are full of things to learn, and when you get to do a big project, you get more comfortable because you practice on small stuff before. And you could do that little mouse with the leftover yarn. Could be nice on scrap yarn. Could do a nice. You go like every kind of color for the mouse and use one same color for the inside of the ears. That could be a great idea. There. Touch it. It's like a horizontal vertical sewing. There. Cute. So I go on the bottom of it like this and attach it and hide it in the head. Cut. Now I will add the pink on the muzzle. I keep a long tail on the bottom. This tail will help me at the end to attach it together to secure. So you tied it, but not too tight. I fixed the focus. There. So I go in the middle, going up a little bit, like one stitch up, and going down. There. And again. There. And I will go through the neck. I always go in the neck to hide my thing. And getting out like this. So I go and pick my needle to join it the other end, the tail I start with. Oh my god, it's not long enough, but I will do my best to attach it together. There. One and second knot. And make sure you don't change the shape of your muzzle. Always check your work before you do the final hiding. There. Hey. All we need now is eyes, and a tail. Push it through. There, won't see anymore. And cut the excess. There. Those are the eyes I use. It's a 15 millimeter. I bought it on Amazon, I think. Was on the internet. So time to prepare my eyes. I always use like a 30 centimeter yarn and attach the button in the middle like this, 2 knots, and I only take one side of the tail, and then I will go pick it there and going through again the neck. There. So one side of the tail, and the other one I will I will attach it like not to a full stitch on the side, like this. There, pull. There. So one is installed, and same thing on the other side. And you notice that I didn't do any knot yet on those tail, because I want to make sure that I like the place where I put it, and bring it to the other one. There. Pull a little bit. If you don't have the exact same pattern, could be cute too. And if you don't have any, or if it's for under 3 years old, use yarn, not button. It's more safe. You don't want any toys choke a little one. So the eyes are at the right place I want it. So now I do a double knot. So, and I will join one side with the other side. Just one side of the tail of yarn that I start with. And I will take another one and bring it to the left eyes. Bring it there. That's the way I secure it, but you don't have to, but I do that way. Never too sure. You want kids to play with it, not to cry because it's broken. Alright, they're going apart. So now it's time to attach it. The eyes are there, the muzzle of there is there, that art is. So now it's time to do the little tail after I those yarn. There, and cut the excess. Make sure you don't cut your work. Ta-da! So now I need a little tail. So I show you how it's look. On top, there. So for the tail I use like 50 centimeter of yarn. Attach it with the Scotch tape. Very sticky. And then I will turn the exact same that the yarn is already twist. I will go tie it like this. Twist, twist, twist. How do you know you twist it enough? You will see. When it start twisting down like this. I remember it was twisted. There, I twist, twist, twist. And when it's going like this, it's ready. So I hold it between my two fingers, and I will go grab the other side, bring those two together, and stretch it like this. And it's gonna twist together. So that's the way I found to do that little tail. So I do a knot like this. There. Look like this, it's twisted. It's cute. Now it's time to attach it. I will go in the middle, in the back, and the knot will go inside. But if you don't want it inside, you could use that one to do on the other side. You could use that way. Me, I use my yarn needle to get it in. But if you don't want to do that inside, and actually my needle was stuck there, was not a good idea. So next time I do one, I will not do the knot inside, I will do the knot outside. So I remove it from it, and I will just push it inside with my finger. So now it's time to attach the tail. So I go through the stitches and in the twist, showing back in the twist, in the stitches, and going back and the twists and the stitches, and time to attach it. If you want to do it a couple of times, it's up to you, but for this project it was okay like this. And time to hide it. There. And like this. So voila. This was my little project for this week. Hope you enjoyed. Small Archer the mouse. And voila. Thank you for watching. See you next week for a new video. Ciao ciao.